Guys, welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. Hello, hello, hello. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Hey, hello, welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. It's 7 o'clock. All right. Hello, Claudia, Ronald. Who else is on here? Anna. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay, Wealthy Wednesdays on Facebook. AZ Barjon 44. How are you? I don't know what's going on with my Facebook, but it's new settings, so I can't really read the comments. So hey Tanya, how are you? Sunshine, how are you? Epifania, how are you? Who else is on it? It's Gabby T, the best assistant ever. Amado Brenda, Sweetie 23. Do you feel like choking your significant other? Just saying. Oh my. As he walks in the door right at 7 o'clock because he forgot it was Wealthy Wednesday. Delightful treats. Hi, babe.
Hey, do you have a book?
Hello, 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 hello. All right, so welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. And I don't have a book, babe. I don't. I'm in the middle of Wealthy Wednesday, please. Hey, Ayuda en Español, how are you? I miss seeing your actual face, by the way. Delightful treats. Hello, hey, Kathy. Hey, Veronica, how are you? Yes, I have her on here because I'm supposed to bathe her after this. But she was hungry, so I was like, I'm going to feed her before Wealthy Wednesday. So she's quiet. Yes. Anyways, hi, everybody. Welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. Oh, there we go. Monica, thank you very much for tuning in on Facebook Live. I appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you. It's a new setup on Facebook, so I don't really know what's going on. I swear to you, my child never matches, which is so sad. But we have a lot of really cute clothes. She just doesn't match because she just doesn't. She boobs on everything. Good problem to have. For all the mamas that know, it's a good problem to have. Anyways, so welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. If it's your first time, please post on here that it's your first time. But for most of the people that are on here, actually, I know most of you. So if it's your first time, please put it's my first time. For those that it's not your first time, please put on here what city you guys are tuning in from. I'd really appreciate it. And also, leopard is not my favorite print, but this is one of my favorite blankets for her because it's so light. All right, second time, welcome. Thank you. So Sunshine Creations, thank you for tuning in on your second time. AZ Barjon, thank you very much. It's your first time. What city are you tuning in from? We've had people from different locations, so that's why I ask what city you're tuning in from. So Sun Valley in the house, Whittier in the house, Azusa, hey, congratulations. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Carmina, how are you? Highland Park, tuning in from Bellflower. I love it. Long Beach in the house. Phoenix, Arizona. Woo woo. I had a dream that I actually moved to Phoenix. It was so weird. Fullerton. Angelica, how are you? Claudita, first time from Long Beach, Arcadia, California. I love it. Furniture Spot, how are you? Greenfield, California, Sacramento. Wonderful. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Wealthy Wednesdays. And I go through my spiel, and I am going to definitely let you guys know that we've been doing Wealthy Wednesdays for a few years already. And we've been doing them for a few years. And the whole purpose of Wealthy Wednesdays is to look at things from a different perspective and also learn from one another. And actually today's Wealthy Wednesday was brought to you, or Wealthy Wednesday topic was brought to you by someone that was listening. And I can't remember who it was. And said, hey, would you mind talking about this? And I said, great. That's the topic that we're going to talk about today, which is pros and cons of using retirement accounts for emergency money, which I think is perfect and amazing to be talking about this topic. So give me 1 second. Please hold. Now Daddy tonight. Awesome. Okay. So, wanted to let you guys know before that, I wanted to acknowledge Also, the 66 participants that just finished week 1 of financial bootcamp, by the way. So it's 66 participants. We're really excited, and they are very excited to be part of it. So I just want to first of all congratulate all the 66 participants, because you guys, it's first week and they're like doing the work. So congratulations for finishing first week. And my goal is you guys all come back for the following week, because sometimes people get so scared. They're like, oh my God. But no, actually, after the boot camp, we got a lot of really great feedback and messages. So I'm excited to have you guys come back next Tuesday. So congratulations to all of you. I appreciate it. And I also want to say thank you to Ayuda en Español for helping me with all of that. And I'm going to actually do a really quick shout out to my assistant, because she's definitely been super supportive right now through the journey of running a business while also not being at the office. And I'm not taking any new clients, but definitely have some stuff actually we still have to take good care of. So I want to just do a quick shout out to Gabby T on Instagram, and Gabby Lopez. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Hane, for all the stuff. That's how we talk to each other. Thank you, Hane, for all the good stuff that you're doing. And thank you, Ayuda en Español. And yeah, absolutely, 66 amazing humans that are now going to be part of the financial bootcamp, which is amazing. So for those that want to find out when are we going to have another one, just continue to follow. We'll post the dates out for the next one, okay? And also, for those that want my book, I have a book called A Latina's Guide to Money, and you can get it on Amazon. It's $20, or you can download a free version of it on my website. Click on the link in the bio on Instagram if you don't know what that really means, because sometimes I didn't know what that meant. You can go to evamacias.com, put your email, and the book will get emailed to you. So just wanted to put that out there. Oh, Epifania said, I love being part of week 1 financial bootcamp. Amazing information. Awesome. And then somebody else also posted, Babonti, I believe. Enjoy it so much. I can't wait for next week. Can't wait for next week. Oh, hey, I love you girls for coming on here. Yay. Okay, great. So let's get started to the topic of financial bootcamp, because I can go on this topic forever. Actually, I'm really passionate about this topic when it comes to retirement planning, especially right now during the time of a pandemic, and when the markets are all over the place. There's so much inconsistency in the markets, right? But I definitely want to talk to you guys about pros and cons about using some of your retirement account money for emergency money, because the average American usually has less than $1,000 in their emergency account. So something that I have seen people do is take out money. Sometimes they refinance their homes. I can't wait to continue reading these, but I got to stay focused really quickly. Sometimes people refinance their homes to pull out money to pay off debt. They refinance their homes to lower their interest rates. They do all that, right? But also, if you have retirement accounts such as 401ks, 403bs, not so much 457s, but maybe some traditional IRAs, or maybe even some Roth IRAs, but more on the traditional IRAs and 401ks, 403bs, 401as. If you have a 401k, I'm just going to use a 401k or a 403b with your employer, and you take out money for emergency purposes, I guess the pro is that you have the money, right? So if things got really, really bad and you needed to really get that money, you have money there. Now, that's given that your account didn't get affected in the downturn of the market not too long ago. And so you might have had $100,000, but now you may only have $60,000. See, so 40,000, this is just an example, okay? That means that money just got wiped out because of where your funds were, the type of investments you were in, the type of risks that you had. So given that, your $100,000 might have now might be $60,000. That will impact you for future, meaning for time of retirement. Now, if you use some of that money and you want to take out that money, this is what happens. If you're under the age of 59 and a half years of age, the IRS says you need to pay a penalty. And the penalty for that is 10%. Okay? That's if you take out a withdrawal. A withdrawal is one thing. So you withdraw the money, and now you're paying a 10% penalty. And then standard rule is 20% of federal taxes. And then you got to pay state taxes depending on how much you want to pay. Let's just say 5%. So let's just add up the number. 10 plus 20 plus 5. That's 35% of the money that given, let's just say you want to take out $10,000, you now have to add 35% more so that you can pay the penalties, pay state and federal taxes. So I don't ever recommend this to be a case. And if I ever have, there's a whole strategy behind this, okay? But I don't ever recommend that people withdraw their money, their retirement money, because think about it. If you're hurting right now financially, most likely it might happen to you in the future as well, okay? So that's one of the things as I'm reading all of you guys' comments and what you guys are posting on here. I'm on the retirement part of your book, inspiring me to make sure my mom is on track. Red Shell, yes, and message me. I want to know a little bit more about your mama. And thank God for talking about, especially your parents right now. Maybe you won't be able to take out funds, but how for older people who are over the age of 60, if they're like within the next 3 to 5 years of retirement, how will this impact their lives if they start taking money out of their retirement accounts? It will impact them in the future, because the question is, now at retirement, how much money will you have? If let's just say you had $100,000, you lost 40,000, now you have 60, then you pull out money, right? And I'm using a very small amount, but let's just say $100,000 for some people is a lot of money. So then out of the 60,000, you're really only left with, let's just say 45,000. How much is 45,000 going to get you through retirement? You see? So now, for some employers, you are able to borrow personal loans against your retirement accounts, which some employers allow. Some employers will allow you to borrow up to 50%, no more 50% of your balance, but up to a maximum of $50,000, okay? So you may be able to borrow up to $50,000, but remember, when you borrow money, you got to pay it back. And the thing is that, yes, if you have a job and you can pay it back, no problem. But let's just say you got laid off from this job, then the amount of money that you borrowed against then becomes taxable, because you have to understand this money has not been taxed yet. So what's happening is that you're taking out the money now, right? And you're taking it out as a loan. That's not a withdrawal. Very different things. A loan is you're borrowing against yourself. You're borrowing your money. Usually you will have 5 years to pay yourself back. And when you take those 5 years to pay yourself back, a lot can happen in those 5 years, right? You may decide to do a career change. You might decide your company might lay you off. I know there's tons of layoffs right now. So again, pros and cons of it. The pro is, okay, you have this money there. The con is that you would have to pay the taxes, you'd have to pay the penalties. Now, you will have to pay the taxes regardless, even after the age of 59 and a half. However, you don't have to pay the penalty, you see, because the purpose of you setting up retirement funds is for you to use at the time of retirement. Now, there are strategies, there are ways to be able to create a strategy, a customized strategy for you, depending on your goals, depending on where you're at. And also there's software that helps us determine where you are. If you did take it, like I'll give you an example. I had a scenario with the client, obviously for confidentiality, we don't release this information of who it is, but I do have a client who, what we did was we actually did take a withdrawal out of his retirement account, but the purpose of the withdrawal was to pay off his house because he had such a small amount. And by doing that, it would actually create an extra $1,000 of income that he wouldn't need to take out of pocket. So we freed up $1,000. And then in about 2 years, this person will go ahead and pay off a car and credit cards, and it'll alleviate another $1,000. So if he is now going to be on a fixed income and he doesn't have to pay $1,000 of mortgage, and then in 2 years now pay another $1,000, that means he doesn't have to come up with an extra $2,000. And so whatever money he has in retirement can last him a lot longer because the amount of his monthly expenses is being decreased by $1,000 now, and then in 2 years another $1,000. So there's different strategies. For him, it made sense to pull out some of his money because he's over the age of 60 or 59 and a half. He's actually 65. So that would make sense for him versus for someone who, let's just say, is 55, who's struggling financially right now. What most people do, because you lose money, sometimes what happens is you get laid off, You have a retirement plan and you're thinking, I'm just going to pull it out because I don't want to lose any money. Oh, don't do that. Please, 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 please reach out to me, because what happens is when you pull out that money, you're paying all these taxes, you don't reinvest it back. And then you end up spending it. And then before you know it, it's impacting the future. And then that's how you end up living off of Social Security or only Social Security. You see, because unfortunately now a lot of companies don't offer pension plans, and Social Security really is only supposed to cover 40% of pre-tax money. So, give me 1 second. Let me close it. Please hold. Sorry, guys. Thank you. So, again, when borrowing against yourself when borrowing money against your retirement accounts, this is why it's so important that you have, and if you do have different buckets, I would call them, of money in different things like pre-tax, post-tax, meaning after taxes. Maybe you have some sort of cash value life insurance. I actually recently got a client who had no idea that recently, like a month ago or a little bit longer than that, but she had no idea she had $20,000 in a cash value life insurance. And with everything going on in the market, actually, I believe this person ended up losing like $5,000, and she had no idea she had $20,000. And she has savings accounts. So again, it's the purpose of you having multiple little buckets of different monies and types of monies and different accounts is so that when these emergencies come, you have different little buckets to pull from, and not pull it from, for example, your retirement money, where it would impact you the most and you would end up paying an extra 10% penalty. Because in essence, you're just giving this money away. So the goal behind this is for you guys to understand that when, yes, absolutely, Ayuda Espanol brings something really important. When borrowing a loan, you're borrowing it, but can you afford to pay that back? Right? And if you're borrowing a loan, that means you probably don't have the money. And now if you get this loan and then now you can't make the payments and then you get laid off, then you're going to have to pay taxes on this, which means you now have to for sure make sure you pay the taxes behind this. So this is why it's so important, and why I continue to talk about this, or not talk about this, but create different topics to talk about, because a lot of people don't know where to go. Even if you do have a financial advisor or financial planner, a lot of the times some people don't feel comfortable speaking to them because they don't speak their language. They speak financial jargon, right? So the goal behind it is to be able to connect with you guys, build a relationship, see if I can help, and say, look, based on this, I had mentioned before that I'm not seeing any new clients, but I can definitely get on a 5-minute conversation, a real quick phone call. If I can't handle it, somebody in my office will. Most likely it'll be Velia, or I'll have my assistant just depends. Just shoot us an email. Like I actually got an email request from someone that I met at a presentation I did months ago, and this person's about 64 years old. And when I met her the first time, she was very reluctant on a suggestion that I had made. And then the economy changes, and now she's calling me saying, hey, would you be open to a 5-10 minute Zoom call? Because I want to continue with the conversation we left off with. So there's so many different things. Let me see, Jeanette has a question here. My mom got laid off from her job and has a 401k, and she was thinking about pulling it out. I'm glad I joined this live. Yes, Jeanette, please message me. Please, before your mom does anything, let's jump on a really quick call, and I can maybe better provide her a little bit of guidance. And yes, I do speak Spanish, porque si hablamos español y usamos el idioma, yo y Belia las dos hablamos el español. So I know some parents prefer, if your parents speak Spanish, to speak in their language. So it is really important that you guys understand the pros and the cons, especially for you. Now, when reading something in general, and this is general scope here, okay? Don't be doing things and say, oh, it was Eva. No, my disclaimer is don't be doing anything crazy. Before you actually do anything, please consult, come see me, get me on a phone call, an email or something, okay? I get a lot of questions asked on Instagram and Facebook where people will message me and say, what do you think about me doing this? And I'm like, I don't know you. I don't know anything about you. I don't know if you're married. I don't know if you have kids. I don't know if you have debt. Like, how would I be able to advise you? I can't. I got to get to know you. I got to get to know who you are. I got to get to know what your goals are. So this is why it's so, so, so important to have those conversations with someone. So again, pros and cons of using retirement money is you'll end up paying penalties. If you take it out as a loan, you'll still have to pay it back. If you don't pay it back, you'll still have to pay taxes, right? And for the fact that you can borrow against it, you take out a loan, that's great. As a withdrawal, you immediately will have to claim, and you'll have to actually pay taxes on that, and you'll have to pay the penalties given if you're under the age of 59. So, and I understand sometimes, like I'll give you guys a scenario where it did not make sense for this woman. This woman had about maybe like, I don't remember if it was like $45,000, nowhere more than that. And what she was going to do is she was going to pull out the older lady. She had 3 years before retirement. She was going to pull out the money and she was going to pay off her debt. Okay. And the debt didn't belong to her, by the way. It belonged to her daughter. Ooh, I was like, okay, professional. Let me be professional. I gave her my professional recommendation. And then I said, I'm going to move my professional recommendation. You should not be, as a older woman, you should not be taking care of your 20-something-year-old daughter and covering her debt for you to not have any money for retirement. And that is not professional recommendation. This is me just letting you know that something else needs to happen there. And I told her my professional recommendation is this. My personal recommendation is this. And I told her, and I separated that because, and I understand, it's her daughter and I get it, but this woman was giving everything she had to her daughter and she was going to be left with nothing. And I talked to her and to her daughter, and her daughter was like, yeah, I feel really shitty about that. I'm like, and you don't need to feel shitty. You just need to stop shopping. So I'm so grateful that they actually applied my professional recommendation, and they both thanked me for my personal recommendation. So it actually turned out really great for them. So anyways, felicidades to my financial therapist. You are radiant. I will go see you soon. Love you and your staff. Thank you. I appreciate it. So again, if you guys have any questions or you guys happen to know of anybody who currently has lost their job and is thinking about just withdrawing their retirement account because they've lost money or they don't understand it or they don't know who to go for questions, before they do any of that, please reach out to us. Or if they're catching themselves that they're in a little bit of a bind with finances and they can't seem to just get it together in their finances because maybe they lost a job, maybe this COVID-19 is really impacting, or maybe one of the spouses lost their job, please reach out to me, whether it be me or Delia. We will connect with you. We promise we're doing our best in making sure that even though I'm on maternity leave, that we connect with you and give you guys some guidance in regards to financial services and where you can be in a much better place. So yes, please, 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 please. I appreciate it. Do you guys have any specific questions for me as I read through some of these comments? Let me just make sure. Okay. People are worried about being able to make loan payments during furlough days. Yeah, furlough days, there's going to be a lot of changes. And I personally think we haven't seen the worst yet. So that's why it's so important that you that you have your finances really in order right now. And if you don't be scared. Just reach out for help. That's what you can do. What about right now? Are they waiving the 10% fee? No, honey, they're not. They're not waiving anything like that. I did get a message directly from the Department of Insurance in regards to like insurances and some of the retirement plans, but I can tell you, I represent a lot of different companies, and it's not, the companies are doing their best. I get information, I'm not kidding you, like a lot of times throughout the days. Like I have hundreds of emails of just updates that is becomes sometimes a little overwhelming, but I listen to a few of them that are the main ones. But right now they're not waiving that 10%. So do I see them waiving it? To be quite frank with you, I don't. And I know it sounds really horrible for me to say this, but I'm going to say it. I don't really think they give a shit, to be quite frank. And the reason why I say that is I get it. There's a lot of stimulus plans going out there, money going out there. But at the end of the day, whether it be politics or whether it be business, people do business. Have you guys ever been to like Speedy Cash or those loan things that charge you like 120% of interest? They don't care. If you are dying, they still want to collect the interest. Why do I know that? Is because I actually, when I used to come out on the radio way back in the day, I had a client reach out to me and he was literally dying of cancer. I tried to help him with one of his crazy speedy loans that he got, and they said he had cancer. He took out this loan for health purposes. Mind you, he's dying. And I said, would you guys mind being able to help him out with these payments? Maybe put some of these payments on hold right now. He has cancer. We have proof. He's been to the doctor. And you know what I got from the manager? No, he has to default in order for us to help him with something. I said he doesn't want to default. And he just wants to ask for help before it comes to that. She's like, nope, we don't care. It was horrible. So sometimes I know this is horrible for me to say this, but I'm going to be a straight shooter with you guys. I don't think that they do care about that because it's been standard all across the board, and this pandemic's not going to be forever. Like, I understand that the IRS extended the tax filing. I get that. I understand that, like, even banks are allowing you to, you know, some of your payments to be in forbearance. I get that. I understand card companies are saying, hey, you don't have to make a car payment until like 3 months from now because of everything that's going on. I understand that. But the IRS wants their money, right? And so this penalty has been around for some time. Now, if they waive it, I will be the first one to jump on a Wealthy Wednesday and tell you guys about this and let you guys know. But as of right now, I don't think so. And so again, I really highly encourage that before you guys do any crazy financial moves within your retirement plans, that you definitely reach out. I would say to a professional, but you're looking at her right now. If you guys can reach out to me, I would really appreciate it. And like I said, if I can't get on the phone immediately, I'll have Delia get on the phone with you. I'll have Gabby get on the phone with you. Someone will get on the phone with you to let you know or send you an email. Yes, please be patient. Give us at least 24 to 48 hours to reply back to you. Okay, so absolutely. Is your financial class only for women? No, my financial class is not only for women. We've actually had men graduate from it, and this time around we had a few men register for it as well. So we don't discriminate. We welcome all of them. Originally, it was supposed to be for women only, but we don't discriminate. We never will. Hey, Val. Men are welcome to, because sometimes we assume that they know this information and they don't. The only reason why I made it only for women is because I speak to you in a way that I think connects. I'm a woman. I can relate to sometimes the craziness that happens here. Like right now, I'm thinking, okay, I got to take the baby a shower, dinner, da 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 da. Whereas if men think more logically, sometimes we're a little bit more emotionally. So, again, absolutely, they're more than welcome to register. Jeanette Carrillo says, yes, I'm so grateful I bumped into you and actually have a picture with you from the Latina Fest. Oh my God, post it and tag me, please. Any other questions that we may have? Anything else that you guys may want to know about? Let me see. Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure I go through any questions. So Eva Z, Eva, the other Eva that's on here. They're not leaving it as of that I know of right now. Let me see anything else that's on here. I am on the retirement part of your ebook and inspiring. Okay, great. We read that already. Eager for next week's class. Yay, I'm so glad I missed the first one. It's okay. You can jump on the second one. Okay, let me just make sure. Okay. Oh, again, did you guys find this information useful? Do you still have slots open for Financial Bootcamp? Hey, Nancy. No, we don't have slots open for Financial Bootcamp. We close registration the Thursday before the Financial Bootcamp. So Financial Bootcamp started on Tuesday, and we close registration on Thursday before that so we can prepare for it, because we still prepare. We order your shirts, we order the books, because you get a bunch of free stuff. So Nessa Rod 1, if you continue to follow me and go to my website, we will have the new date. In a few weeks, we'll post the new date. And remember, right now, because of COVID-19 and all of the financial crisis that's going on for a lot of people's finances, we offered the initial price of how it's $99. So I'm going to continue to honor that price in this upcoming boot camp as well. The one that we have right now, we have it, but then also the one that's coming up in the future. So definitely stay tuned. When is going to be the next boot camp? Again, the date I don't have right off the top of my head, but please go on my website. We'll keep posting it, keep following me, keep going on my post, and we will post the financial bootcamp. You can actually go and put your information on there, and it'll tell you, like, put your email, and then we'll notify you of the next financial bootcamp so you guys can get registration on there. It's $99, just so that you guys know. Normally, this class is $499. And let me tell you, even if this class was $5,000, which it's not, it's information that will save you thousands of dollars in the future. So it's absolutely worth every penny of it. I do it because it's really important for me to get the information out, especially to our communities. This is not just for, oh, is it low budget? No, it's not, like, or low income, not low budget, low income. No, it's not. It's for all family members, whether you're middle class American, and even if you feel like you're at a higher, financial scope, or you own, maybe you and your husband make a really good income. Just because you make good money doesn't mean you make good financial choices or you have good investments. So just understand that this class is intended to continue to support you in what you want to create, but also at the same time, make sure that all of your foundational work is laid correctly so that you're always winning. Okay? So, Carmen Hode, let's talk. I would love to connect with you, Carmen. If you can, Carmen, Jode, if you can message me your phone number, I'd love to get on a phone call with you so we can get that taken care of. We will provide updates on my Vietnamese. Okay, yes, Ayuda en Español has a Vietnamese Cornelia as well, and she'll continue to provide that. Do I hear Marley wanting mom's attention? Yes, you do, and he's right here next to me, and I am petting him. So yesterday when teaching the class around 8 o'clock, both the dog and the baby wanted my attention, so Marley walks into his bed, and I come and take the baby, and as soon as I get both of them, they're both cool. So now I understand why mamas don't get time to eat. But this fat mama loves to eat. So I'm like, here, honey, hold on to the baby because this mama needs to get her tortillas on. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Wealthy Wednesday. And remember, every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, tune in. We always provide you with information and about your finances, different topics. And so if you guys have a particular subject that you guys want to talk about right now, please message me. Don't be shy. I do check my messages, and I do try to take those into consideration. Like I said, today's Wealthy Wednesday was provided by somebody that was on my, I think it was Instagram, that said, would love for you to talk about this. And I'd love to give him or her credit, but I can't remember the Instagram name right now. So thank you. You know who you are, for allowing me to share this information. And actually, retirement plans is something I'm extremely passionate about. It's something that, for me, I find really easy in understanding. The other day, my brother called me, and we were talking about the different retirement accounts, and he's like, how do you know this stuff? And I'm like, I learned it. I learned it because I found it to be important information that I felt that I needed to know for me, for the future, and for my family, and also for all the other people that don't know. So sharing knowledge is important. So just because you didn't go to school, just because you're not reading this in a book right now, doesn't mean that it's not important information that you can apply in your everyday life. So again, thank you guys for your time, your attention. Continue to stay safe, continue to stay at home, continue to wash your hands, wear your mask, do all of that wonderful stuff, and continue to stay safe, not just for you, but for your families and for other people that are putting their life on the line, and continue to look at the bright side of this. If we didn't have this pandemic, you probably would be out spending money. Maybe this pandemic got us an ability to look at life a little differently and understand what our priorities are and how we could start funding those. And also a reminder of what's really important, and using this time that we have, even though I know some of us are really bored, to say, what really matters to me? What's important to me? Even though I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, besides the hormones that of me giving birth, but learning to be at peace in the chaos is really when you know that you are winning. So learn to find out what your peace is, and don't ever, please don't ever let money get in the way of you having a peace of mind. That's the whole goal. The purpose of you wanting information for this stuff is so that this way, how you control your money is by you controlling your thoughts. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of sponsored ads of stuff you should be buying. And have I bought a lot of stuff? Yes, I just had a baby. There's a lot of stuff I need to buy for the baby. But for the most part, I'm sitting here watching a show. I'm sitting here cooking. I'm sitting here not wanting an urge to shop for anything that I don't need really. Like I'm not buying clothes. I'm not buying things that I don't need. And I'm not going to let a pandemic ruin my peace of mind, my home. This is my home. This is my home. This is my home. Like, I'm not going to let that be. Now, the hormones kick in, that's a different story. But again, I invite all of you guys to continue to come on in. I allow all of you guys to continue to follow me and be part of the financial bootcamp and continue to set your alarms every Wednesday, 7 o'clock. And again, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And Carmen, please message me. And Jeanette, please have your mama also contact me. So again, I appreciate you guys and have a great rest of your wealthy Wednesday. Bye, guys.